as a people. Does that make sense? How would you be a Ghanaian and learning about Italian history or British history? How would that benefit you when you grow up? You understand? But if you understand who you are, now everything you are learning, you craft it to suit you, to benefit you when you grow up in life, your people, your community, how you can understand somebody when they come to you for help, because you learn who they are and how you can use their situation to help them. Does that make sense? So knowledge is very powerful. Don't let go. You know what I mean? I ask you that you're not an Italian as well as you're not Ghanaian or African. You're not. All these things were names they force on us in the process of time. If I tell you you're not a Ghanaian, how would you respond to that?
Of course, I'll be confused.
Exactly. But the point is, would you have a mindset of, let me look into this? Why the brother is telling me I'm not a Ghanaian, but since I was born, I heard the name Ghana, nothing else. What history do you know about Ghana?
Barely.
A little bit. Anything you know? Yeah, anything you know.
I know that it's the first African country to get independence.
Yes, from who?
Britain.
Why did the British colonize Ghana?
Resources.
Resources.
Yeah.
There's deeper than that.
I'm not sure.
You understand? Before we were called Ghana, what was our name?
The Gold Coast.
Gold Coast. Good. That's a tick there. Before we were called Gold Coast, what was their name?
I'm not sure.
Yeah?
I'm not really sure.
Right. There is a map. There's a map. I'll show you that map right here in the description. There's a place only can be found in Ghana called Volta River.
Volta, I heard of it once.
Right. On the planet Earth, that's the only place you can find that river. And it's on the map, on that map, to declare that that map is speaking purposely to Ghanaians. Yeah? And then there's a place there called Gold Coast. As you said it, only place the white folks call it Gold Coast is Ghana. Yeah? But if you look on top of that map, there's a small place written Kingdom of Judah.
Yeah.
Where can you find that?
In the Bible.
In the Bible. So who are the people of Ghana?
Followers of Christ.
Huh?
I'm not sure.
Kingdom of Judah is a nationality. Yeah? That's a nationality. So why don't we know that we are the people of the Jews?
Because we're not educated enough.
Exactly. Now, if you look at the top of this flyer, what does it say?
The truth about slavery.
Which people did slavery happen to?
Black people, Africans.
Yeah? Do you know the two biggest slave castle is Elmina Castle and Cape Coast Castle in Africa? You understand?
Yeah.
And all the slaves that land in Jamaica, America, Portugal, Britain, Germany, France, you name it, the Arab countries, there is a map, this map here show you where the slaves were picked from west coast of Africa to all the countries on the planet. Let me show you the map. It's here. Purple is highlighted there. Yeah?
Yes.
All the slaves
that
they were taken was taken from there.
Yeah.
And look at the arrows where the maps, the arrows go. All the countries on this planet to show you the slaves taken here, where they landed. Everywhere the slave cargo ships dots, we are still there today, have never gone home.
Yeah.
The people in Jamaica are still in Jamaica. The black Americans are still in America. The people in Britain are still here. You understand? And do you know that is a Bible prophecy that it will happen to the children of Israel? You understand that?
Yes, I understand.
Now, when we read Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68, listen carefully. Deuteronomy 28, 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again. Yeah, Egypt. Yeah. Egypt means bondage. And he say, Egypt again with what? What's that word? Ships. Mm-hmm. Remember the first Egypt Moses delivered us?
Yes.
What was the transport?
A boat?
No.
Was it not a boat?
The first Egypt we left is on foot.
And then
we walk on foot. Yeah. The Red Sea was open. We walked through. There was no ships. So this one And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt, which is bondage, again with ships. It's talking about the transatlantic slavery.
So it's gonna happen again.
That's it. That was the prophecy. So if you look at this ship here, this cargo ship here, we were packed like sardines.
Yeah, like sardines, yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
With wine and beer and cocoa and timber on top of us. Ship us from West Coast of Africa to all these destinations.
Yeah.
So who are we?
Africans.
No.
Ghanaians.
No.
Slaves.
Who were the slaves? What's the prophecy? Who was the prophecy to?
Kingdom of Judah.
Israel.
Yeah,
Israel, the kingdom of, you understand?
Yeah.
Not Ghanaians. This happened after many years that we get the independence from the colonial master and become Ghanaians, Nigerians. You understand?
Yeah,
Africa, there's a man here, this man here, is called Leo Scopio Africanus, who conquered North Africa during the Punic War, put his name there. And generations after generations, the name spread to the continent of Africa. And now we know ourselves as Africans. So if you say the word Africa or African, you saying you come from a white man.
So what should we refer to ourselves as?
Yes. Anytime they ask you where you from, say I'm African, say I come from a white man. Because the name Africa is a white man's name.
So what should we say instead then?
You are the Israelite the Bible speaks of. The people of the Bible. You understand? You are an Israelite. 18. Yeah. Close to King Songs of Solomon. Yeah, you are right there. I think it's this page. Yeah.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13.
Listen to this.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
After going to church, doing everything, calling yourself a Christian, what is the conclusion of the whole matter? Read.
Fear God and keep his commandments.
You hear that? The whole Bible is about commandment, God's laws. This is not a religious book. This is constitution for the house of Israel. Laws. God's command. Yeah? When you go home and your father says, what's your name?
Jacob.
Jacob.
Oh.
Sweet there. A beautiful name as well. Your forefather is named Jacob. Religion. Does that sound religion to you? No.
Sounds like most history.
You understand? The Bible is a black man's history, past, present, and future. What to do, what not to do. So we can live successful, peaceful life. Do we look like we are a society of people that live a peaceful life? We have gun crime, knife crime, selling drugs, homemongering, single mothers, brothers in jail. If we follow this law, do you think that type of situation will happen to us? You understand? So this is what, brother, we're showing you, teaching you, so you can come from that Christianity and stand up. Be that change. One man change, two man change will become a change of people. Does that make sense? So how old are you?
17.
17. You're a vibrant, beautiful young man. You know that? But this is what you need. The university degree is a slave master certificate.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to university for that reason.
It's okay to go. But as I said earlier on, identifying who you are as an Israelite, now it helps you to see what you're learning to see to you. You understand that? If you know that I'm an Israelite, I'm not Ghanaian, I'm not a slave. I was born a leader. Yeah? Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6 to show you that you were born a leader from birth. That's how God created you to be. And that's how you have to pattern yourself to be. Carry yourself. So everything you are learning is to learn how to be a leader, how to command, how to follow God's instructions to benefit you and others around you. Yeah? Read that. Listen to this.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6.
Read.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word.